everybody, welcome to Solar Lioness Elite. I'm Solar Lioness and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Now today we're doing our weekly Oracle report for January 26th to February 1st. Now let's go. I'll be using 3 decks today. Let's just get right into it. First card is Divine Destiny, Path of the Divine Warrior. Then we have the Eye of Horus, also known as Haru, Awakening Divine Perception. Then we have the Knot of Isis, Energetic Stabilization with the Buckle of the Beloved. So I also want to include a small disclaimer here. You just take what resonates with you. Take the meat, spit out the bones. As I said in my first video, I believe that everyone is drawn exactly to the right place that they're meant to be in. And so if you come across this video at this particular week for January 26th to February 1st, and you find that these messages are for you, that's wonderful. And if not, then that's okay too. In these 3 cards that we have right here from the Isis Oracle, you may have been experiencing what feels like a sort of a catalyst of sorts. Like the events that's been going on in your life that no one else sees or witnesses. It's something that's occurring in your inner world, something that's tapping into you, and you feel the change even down to your DNA. Divine destiny. You may have been having visions. You may have been having lucid dreams. You may have been having instances of deja vu. We feel like something's been seen before, something that's been heard before. You may feel like you've been having conversations with people that's close to you who are on the same wavelength as you or close to it, and you may feel like there's certain conversations that you had before that you didn't. All that is part of the sharpening of your higher self. You may have been sitting alone a lot lately and doing a lot of inner reflection and journaling, whether you're blogging, whether you're meditating, and there's a lot of realizations that's come to you of late, and some of it can be encouraging and some of it can be discouraging, but all that matters is that the truth is being revealed to you, and it's the higher self revealing the truth to your earthly self. And you're starting to learn how to detangle yourself from society. You're learning, there you go, spirit of discernment. You're learning to discern. Now, whether you've always been good at discernment, whether you've been always terrible at discernment, whether it's something that you had but you feel like you've lost, whether it's something that you're newly developing, doesn't matter. All that matters is the true you is starting to shine through. And your path is becoming clear. And so it's good that you're taking the time this week to continue to do that, to continue to make sure that you're making choices that's best for you, and not because you don't want to step on any toes, not because you're trying to avoid conflict. You have to let the events happen as they will. Yes, we have free will, but there's also, well, I believe we also have destiny and fate too. Some people have conversations about whether it's an either or type of thing, like is it fate and destiny or is it free will? I think it's both. And that can be a discussion for another time, but this week is very important that you focus on that inner world of yours and really get into the nitty gritty, really getting, how can I say it? Get into the nitty gritty, really putting things in order, so to speak, inside of yourself, in your inner world. You are not the same person that you were last year, 2019. You're not the same person that you were last decade, 2010. You're not. And you have to give yourself credit for that. There's a lot of spiritual things going on inside of yourself, and part of you may be wondering, is this real? Is it not? How much of it is a coincidence, quote unquote coincidence? How much of it is actually this awakening? Because so many things have become a fad, so many things have become buzzwords, and you're not sure. You you, like me, may have a tendency of allowing outer influences to sway you one way or another pretty easily, and sometimes it's under the guise of being something that's so relatable, and that's how little things can sneak in and get you. And the next thing you know, you don't know whether the thoughts that you're thinking are your own. You don't know if it's spirit. You don't know if it's outer influences, and then it's just a whole bunch of confusion. But this message, if you're here right now, I'm telling you that you're not crazy. I'm telling you that you're not alone, and I'm telling you that you're onto something. Your life is live your life how you see fit. Write the story of your life like you're the author, because you are. And don't doubt the eye of Haru. Don't doubt that divine perception. You can't doubt that. And as soon as you accept that, the faster you accept that, the quicker it will become second nature. Once every shadow of a doubt is gone from you, everything becomes much easier. You free yourself up. So the focus of this week, according to these 3 cards right here, is to understand that you are on the right path. Yes, you are on the right path. No, you're not crazy. The dreams that you've been having, they mean something. So if you talk to your ancestors, if you talk to the Most High, if you talk to your guardians, ask them for clarity, and they'll give it to you. They will grant you that. Whatever higher power you speak to that you know covers you, speak to your ancestors, speak to the Most High, ask for clarity on these visions, because some visions may come, somebody's dreams, somebody's signs, even in the waking world, even while you're awake and going by your day-to-day life. Some of these things come, you see them for what they are, and sometimes the reaction is something like a double take, like, is that really what I think it is? Don't question yourself. Just know that it's so. And just focus on getting the clarity that you need. Just focus on confirming. There you go. Sometimes words come and go, y'all. Focus on getting those confirmations. If this video is not even enough for you, if you want actual proof besides this video, just ask your ancestors, ask the Most High, ask your guardians, your guides, ask them. You need to spend this week rooting yourself firmly, grounding yourself firmly in your spiritual truth. You need to do a lot of organizing. You need to. So you know that book by Marie Kondo, I think is her name, the Japanese woman, The Magic of Tidying, and how that book is formatted. If you're not familiar with it, she has her own method of tidying your own space and everything. Well, I just want you to take that and do that in your life, in your own inner world. This week is focusing the attention and energy inwards. It's more inside. But yes, take all this energy, take the energy of the planets, take the energy of yourself, and just sort everything out. It's time to dot your I's and cross your T's and just be yourself. Just allow yourself, set yourself free, essentially. I just saw a vision of a cage opening and a bird flying out of the cage. Like, you really have to just set yourself free because this is the next level things. Then on to our next set of 3 cards. This is from the Love Your Inner Goddess deck. So get 3 cards from this deck. This is just our general weekly message. This is just the focus of the week. This is our focus according to this deck. We have Magdalene. You are stronger than you think. Beautiful Bandit. Beautiful Bandit. Daughter of the Sacred Heart. So we've seen this card before. You are stronger than you think. But this is just a reminder that you are, in fact, stronger than you think. Beautiful Bandit. This also is showing a woman that's got her eyes closed. She's doing meditation. She looks like she's meditating on her inner world. She's focused on her inner world. And the butterflies are showing that once you allow yourself to be still, the insight comes. You see that? Once you allow yourself to sit still, listen, you have to be in a very still or there's a certain vibration that you have to be on for a butterfly to even land on you and sit there. But symbolically, this is showing that when you allow yourself to sit still and do your inner work, the inner reflection on yourself, butterflies symbolize freedom. This symbolizes spiritual insight. You can see it on her eyes. And this makes me think of my own phrase that I would carry through life with me. I would say, soul knows more than I. Soul does, in fact, know more than us. That's where that inner knowing comes from. And if you look even closer, on her eyelids, it says spiritual gangster. Able to, I'm not really a fan of that phrase, but okay. But the ability to withstand all things and know that you do, in fact, have that knowledge. You just have to allow your higher self and your earthly self to connect and let it flow. It's like Bluetooth. Oh, Bluetooth or the devices. You know how your phone you can tap your phone to somebody else and it transmit. Same thing with Bluetooth. It's just an older version of it. But when the two devices connect and it exchanges that picture, exchanges that music file, it exchanges that contact, whatever, it's the same thing. When you let your earthly self and your higher self connect by way of meditation, that inner reflecting, that sitting still, it'll come and it'll transmit straight into your being, and it'll just be something that you know. It'll be etched right across your brain as plain as day. Now, this actually happened to me recently. I had like this download of information. It happened like, you know how you're in between wake and sleep, and it's like you're kind of waking up, and it's like this knowing. It's like this information is coming to you, and it's like it's in your voice. You hear it in your mind, but you're not actually speaking. And then it kind of sinks in, and then you wake up and you go to sleep and wake back up, and it's gone. Well, it's not really gone. I was actually told this because I thought it was gone. It's actually in you. That knowledge is in you. And daughter of the Sacred Heart, if you look, it says, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. We need to stop being so hard on ourselves. We need to stop acting like we can't be great. We need to really slow down, slow your rolls, and really give ourselves credit, the credit that we deserve. It's like we have this tendency of feeling like everybody outside of ourselves, everybody around us who are making strides in their career, making strides in their spiritual journey or just life journey or whatever, it's like everything looks good on everybody but you and me. Everything looks good on everybody else except for us. Everything makes sense when it's happening to everybody else except for us. We cannot do that. That is very self-defeating, and that causes blockages, and we cannot afford to do that in 2020 or any time ever again. That's why for this week, it's a very quiet and reflective week where under this full moon energy, I do believe it's a full moon today. Under this I'm gonna check my calendar when I get a chance. I think today is a full moon. Under this full moon energy, under this energy of this moon, we need to really take the time to gather ourselves. No matter how busy of a worker you are, whether you got a 9 to 5, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a freelancer, whether you're a stay-at-home person, whether you're unemployed currently, because sometimes it's like that. The struggle's real, whatever. No matter where you are in your world and your life, you need to take the time to sit your ass down and sort out what belongs or what doesn't, what is you and what's not. And you need to acknowledge that these visions, these dreams, these thoughts are real. You're not crazy, and you need to give yourself more credit. We need to give ourselves more credit. And on top of that, back to that daughter of the Sacred Heart card. We need to stop being so hard on ourselves. We need to stop feeling like we don't deserve to ascend, because this is the age of Aquarius. Okay, everything is coming real fast. That Uranian energy, everything is coming real fast, like zip, 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 zip. And it's either you get with the wave or you're going to get drowned, you're going to get left behind or whatever. Don't let yourself be that. We can't let ourselves be that. Keep the distractions out of your face. Stay off of social media. Take a break from social media, detox, okay? Because even if you try to set your Facebook or your Twitter or your Snapchat or your Instagram or whatever, even if you try to set it to where you only see powerful and inspiring things, I mean, that can still be a trap. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Just take a break from it. Get yourself some fresh air. You need to be completely on your own. And like I said in the previous reading, I'm not telling you to jump up and go run off into the woods. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is make sure you are carving out a block of time where you have time to really sit and reflect and meditate and get a footing and an understanding of who you are or who you want to be, because it's your story, it's your life, and you write your story as you see fit. And you have to give yourself a chance. We have to give ourselves our strong fighting chance. And as soon as we do that, everything will smooth out. And it'll be smooth sailing from there. Everything becomes that much easier. Now, I don't know if some of us have been avoiding this inner work, this inner conversation, this dialogue or with self that we gotta have, this little sit down and chat, the sit down talk that we gotta have with ourselves. Some of us may have been avoiding it. Some of us may have been doing a lot of busy work to keep from having that little chat conversation. And I'm feeling like it's like the light part of shadow work that we have to do. This feels like it's the lighter side of the shadow work that we all essentially have to do. We have to do it. But this is the lighter side of it. This week, I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to keep saying it. Focus on yourself as far as the philosophies and belief systems and things that society has imposed upon us. We have to detangle, detach, and discard that. And we have to let our divine higher selves kick in. You are divine. I am divine. We are connected to Source. We're connected to our ancestors. We are connected to the Most High. Our ancestors did not go through hell and back just for us to dishonor them by not being our best selves that we can be. They did not. Hear me when I say that. Hear them. Don't ignore the signs. And don't think that you're tripping when you have these visions and dreams and feelings like you are leveling up. You're upgrading. Let yourself do that. You're freeing yourself from that cage. Let yourself do that. Okay? Now, I actually want to pull 3 cards from my classic melanated tarot. The reason why I don't have the stands for those is because they won't stand up. These stands will not stand up. It's so annoying. But this is the melanated. I can't help it. I like to show my cards. I want to show y'all. I love to share information. Melanated classic tarot. That this theme is very clear. The theme for this week is very clear. Okay? Sort and sift and categorize what belongs, what doesn't. Tidy up your inner world. What beliefs serve you, which ones do not. What truths serve you and which ones are not true. You know, get all the falsehoods out and stop believing that everybody around you deserves it except for you, because that's not cool, and that's how you block yourself. Trust that you are awakening stronger than you think. Sit still and get that insight. Oh, These two cards just jumped out. They flipped out the deck. We got the Eight of Wands. I'll put this right here. Got the Eight of Wands that jumped out. It was the Five of Swords that jumped out. And that's movement. That's movement. That's victory right there. It's as if, as I'm speaking this out and shuffling the cards, like confirmations. This is what we have to do. We got to free ourselves up. That's all I keep hearing. That's all I keep feeling. Free yourselves up. Let yourself out that cage. Whether it's a self-imposed cage, whether we threw ourselves in that cage, or whether we let society throw us in that cage, whether we let family throw us in that cage, whatever. This week, let me calm down. This week is about the inner world. You are the safest in your own world. You have to let yourself be your own sanctuary. You got to be there for yourself. You got to be there for yourself. Knight of Pentacles. New opportunities. That's the one thing from the outside. New opportunities will be abundant as soon as we do that one last thing. New opportunities will be so abundant, like, no joke. As soon as we let ourselves have our time this week. We're making so much progress, y'all. It's not like it's so overwhelming sometimes. Like, the progress is there. It really is. And I mean overwhelming in a good way. The progress is there. We really have to just allow ourselves to build ourselves back up steadily. Build ourselves back up. And that's it, y'all. So that concludes our weekly oracle for January 26th to February 1st. Take that time to yourself. Whether you gotta sit and type it out on your phone, write it in a notebook. I think that's the best way to do it. Put it on paper. Put it on something tangible that you can see. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sorting my life out, getting myself together, the goals and things and my beliefs, and I'm journaling. I encourage you to do the same. Embrace the changes that you're going through. Embrace this metamorphosis, period. Embrace this cocoon phase. That's the perfect way to put it. Now that I think about it. Embrace this cocoon phase. Embrace this cocoon phase. Embrace it. And I will see you guys next time. Yes, I will see you next time. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, and when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can always know when I'm uploading videos, because soon I'll be expanding my channel as soon as I continue to get a hold on things, and I can't wait to show you all everything else I have planned. I'm so excited. Oh, yes. Anyway, thank you and enjoy.